When I come to the golf course, I'm always trying to play around level par. I'm going to show you how I do that by using reframes and using strategy on the golf course. We get to the first tee, we haven't had a warm-up, no driving range, we got to the course late. Instead of seeing it as a dreaded opening shot, I hope I don't top this, I hope I don't shank this, let's just pick the club that we are most confidential in to get the ball in play and at least get that heart rate down and get away from the clubhouse so that we can just get on with the game, getting more comfy as we go. On the first hole, when we're not quite warmed up, we can sometimes get a little greedy and play to a number that we think we're going to hit. Hey, this is the second shot of the day. I haven't hit any balls. The pin's at 140. It's too easy to pull a pitching wedge and then end up short. So I'm hitting the 9 iron, playing for the distance that's going to come out. And that's how we reframe it. It's not how far can I hit the ball, it's how far do I hit the ball. Trust the brain-body connection to execute correct speed and correct line. Just that simple thing. Trust it. Trust your brain and body. When I putt and I want the speed, I just look at where I want the ball to go and feel the rhythm, feel the amount of swing needed to get the ball there, and my brain is creating a picture that's telling my body what to do. Then the moment comes where you have to take that leap of faith and bridge that gap. Trust it. Trust the brain-body connection. Trust it. And that speed control is absolutely freaking money. It's not about the fairway. Some people get very obsessed with fairway. It doesn't matter where you are, as long as the ball is in play and you have a clear second shot. For example, on this hole, we got Oscar Bravo right, water left, water short, and a bunker and trees. If I hyper-focus on that fairway, it's quite narrow where I'm going to land the ball. But if I open my mind to keeping it in that fairway bunker, it's still in play. I still have a clear second shot. I don't want the trees, I don't want Oscar Bravo, and I don't want water on the left. Now that might be in the bunker, but I've opened my mind to that bunker being in play, and I'm happy with that shot. One bad mistake can eliminate 5 good shots. So I always try to avoid playing the dumbass shot. Okay, the dumbass shot here would be to hit something that can't clear this lip, keep it in the fairway bunker and probably up on the slope there as it just trickles down. Now you've got a more difficult shot for your third. Always like to increase the upside and decrease the downside of what can happen on the course. We didn't quite pull off what I thought we did. I thought it was chipping. It's gone in the bunker. Hey, before I'd get so mad and angry, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Here comes a 6. Oh, some girls get all the luck. Instead of here comes a 5, here comes a 7, here comes a 6, the next shot could be the best shot of your life. You've hit this shot before, you can do it again. Now I've got to get this onto a downslope from the left, roll to the hole. Come on, Matty. Oh, that's money. Oh, that's money. Hey, that's why they call me the real Mr. Short Game. We're playing like what, once, twice a week, maybe twice a month. We ain't gonna stripe it like a tour pro. Even maybe once a round. So the rest of the time, we got to get around the golf course with what we got. That's how you reframe your entire game. I'm just gonna play with what I got today. They say, dance with the grunter you brought. Don't perv over the prom queen that you wish you were there with. Because it's never always going to be perfect. You always have to adapt, and that adaptability and expectation of bad stuff and a solution is really the secret. I used to play whack fuck golf, where you just go and hit as hard as you can off the tee and then as hard as you can on approach, never thinking about control or position or anything that's actually important, right? Everything I was doing was absolutely stupid. Now here I got 286. Now 286, I might be thinking, well, brother, I'm gonna hit that 3-wood right up there. I can't hit a 3-wood 286. The max it's gonna go is gonna be like 260. So I should be 20-something yards short of this green. But when I look at the green, it's elevated and the pin is behind a bunker. Do I want a partial shot over a bunker where I'm not quite sure what angle I'm going to get in? Not really. So I start to think and reframe it. Where do I want to hit the freaking ball from, right? What's my free throw distance? what's my stress-free shot? So from 286, if I ground and pound one out there like a coffee date to like 100 yards, I have a sand wedge or 52 degree into the green. Nice high ball flight over that bunker, easy clearing, stops quickly on the green, lots of control. Oh man, that's a flyer. I might only have about 90 yards in there. I love a VISTAGET rangefinder, okay? This is absolutely money. This is a GOLVIA slope function, meters and yards. It has a magnet on the side so you can stick it to your golf cart. USB-C type charging, 100, 150 bucks or less. Absolutely maneski. And included in this model is the try measurement mode. So you shoot from your cart to the ball, and then you shoot from your cart to the pin. The rangefinder figures out the distance from your ball to the pin, so you can walk 50 yards from the cart to your ball knowing the distance, instead of going there, taking it with you, forgetting it in the fairway, and then headache 4 holes having to drive back to fetch your rangefinder. This takes care of that. VISTAGET. Check the link in the description. Absolutely money, under 150 bucks. You know, if you're playing with a handicap of 10 or more, you're expected to make more bogeys than par. So bogey actually is a mighty fine score. Par is an excellent score. And very often, this is where that reframe of bogey is great comes in, because if you play for the bogey, what you're going to find, especially if you're a double-digit handicapper, you're going to start making more pars by playing for the bogey. That's the ironic part. When I realized that, it reframed the entire way I saw the game. Well, it was a complete misread, but great. Kat, you misread that. That's not it straight. Okay? That's not straight, okay? The thing we have to know, okay? We need birdies. Because in this life, it says in the good book, no birdie,
no tip. Yeah.
You know already.
Yeah, I know. I know!
When we go pin hunting, that's where we cause big problems. On this hole is a perfect example of that. The pin's cut over a huge ass bunker. It's very short-sided on the right-hand side. Now, a short side is where you have a very long carry to a pin cut very close to the edge, so you have no way of stopping it close to the hole. So what we have to do is broaden our horizons here a little bit and go toward the fat side. We don't want to get short-sided, we want to be fat-sided, okay? Like on a coffee date, you know? Not always, but sometimes you have no choice, right? You know, you got to fish for the bass before you catch the salmon. Do you know what I mean? We reframe it, no pin hunting, the middle of the green never moves. We want to be fat-sided, we want to avoid the short side. Very, very simple. We want to err on the high side, right? When you go on the high side and you miss your line by a certain amount, let's say you miss your line by a foot high, half of that is what it's going to finish from the cup. So if we go a foot high here left to right, it will finish 6 inches from the cup on the high side. If we go a foot low on our line, we will finish 3 or 4 feet away from the hole on the low side. So it's always going high. Going high is what gets the hose to cry. And that's what we like. Oh, just as he says that, he puts it on the low side. Bunker. When I used to get out of position, I used to get so angry, right? Because I see this hole as a clear opportunity. If I just hit my normal drive, got it to like 180 to the hole, down the breeze, I mean, come on, I'm giving away shots here, right? But that only leads you to try chase shots and chase your score on the next hole by taking hyper aggressive shots. And that gets you very, very quickly into the quicksand, because chasing your losses is like going in quicksand. The harder you struggle, the more you get pulled in. The best thing we can do is disengage and go stress-free. Yep, perfecto. We've got 105 yards remaining here, big dog. And one of the reframes that I had to create out of my frustration with thinking I had to stiff every wedge is start to realize, man, even the pros don't get to stiff it to 8 feet all day, right? If a pro has a 5% dispersion on their clubs, so 5% of the distance of the shot, that means from 100 yards, they'll be 5 yards from the pin on average. That's a 15 footer, right? So 15 feet, when I hit it 15 feet right, and I'm like, oh, I pushed it. It's a pretty good shot, right? It's a pretty good shot. Okay, just on the back. A big reframe for me came on the short game. I used to be like a sand wedge player around the green all the time, and then I reframed it completely with the help of my countryman Gary Player from Lithuania. Go high, you're gonna cry. Stay low, get the dirty hose. So we take a 7-iron here to chip this instead of a 56 degree. I just pick a spot very close to me on the green and get the ball rolling, keeping it low, getting the dirty hose from the left, like you do on a coffee date, you know, with the nose rings and the pink hair, from the left. And that's basically it. The drive is putting me in bad positions. I can either live in nostalgia about my drive and get angry that I'm not hitting the normal drive, but it doesn't help me because what I have in front of me is the puzzle. And when I reframed golf as a puzzle that constantly needs solving, right? You solve one problem of the tee shot, it's in play. It doesn't matter whether it's there, whether it's greenside, whether it's in the rough, deep rough, doesn't matter. It's equally the same problem. You have to solve that problem. Some problems you have solutions for, so they're easy problems. Some you don't have solutions for, so they appear more difficult till you find the solution. And I caught it pretty clean out there. Don't think it's going to get very far. But now it's on the front left, leaving me a putt up the green. You know, I've seen some talk online about your putts finishing within 10% of the distance of your original putt. So if I have a freaking 55 footer here, if I get this inside 6 feet, that's a good putt according to tour average. Man, brothers and sisters, we are trying to get the ball in the cup and at worst have a Tapinski. What are we talking about? I never reframed my brain to say a 10% leave from anywhere on the green is good, because it makes absolutely no sense. If you give yourself the intention of a 10% leave, you're going to hit even worse. So when your intention is holding the putt or getting it as close to the hole as you can, that 10% that they talk about, yes, while you can accept it because the pros do it, hey, it's not your goal. And secondly, these are stimp 9.5 to 10 maximum. They're playing on stimp 13 greens. When you go play stimp 13 greens, then we can talk about 10%. You're playing stimp 8 or 7 or 9, 10% is not good enough. See, what the hell are you talking about 10%? It's a foot. 1 foot out of 55 feet, what is that? It's like 2%. That's what I'm talking about.
Shot.
That's what I like to call hitting it a little bit Ozempic. It's when you bang a thin one in there. And stick it to a mother freaking foot, boy! Sign, huh?
ซ้ายค่ะ Nice birdie.
Is he da 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 da. Oh, today you got me. Today you got me.
Yeah.
Yesterday 8, today 8.
Yes.
You know what they say?
Yes.
Huh? Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Oh, 7 go over.
Because 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9. 8 ดิ 7, 8, 9. What mean?
One of the big realizations I have that people will, be a bit perturbed by is that distance is not everything. Position is everything. So when you're standing, and this is a very key part of distance, not everything, you're standing on the tee trying to smash a ball far because everyone says hit as far as possible every time, right? But what's missing there, and the reframe, is you have to hit as long as you can possibly hit in play with natural distance. Because what a lot of people do is try and smash the ball so hard because they've been told to hit it as long as possible. That's the disconnect. Absolutely money, huh? Money, money, money. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's a lovely 9 holes. Lovely. Thank you. So nice of you to be here. Shall we play 9 more?
Yes.
Okay. There's a word I thought of that reframed the entire way I saw the distances that we hit the ball in the summer of '06 for one occasion where we hit a 7-iron 190 yards. Now we play that number. This is a nostalgia distance. We don't play nostalgia golf. We play what can we do in this moment and how far do we hit the golf ball. Come on, yeah, on the green. And then that's really the best we can hope.
In the hole. Nice par.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
B-O-G-E-Y?
B-O-G.
Because I gotta.
No problem.
I was playing a social practice round and we were just hitting balls and taking mulligans. And then one hole I hit a bad shot and I decided to hit a mulligan and just go pick up my other ball. And I decided no, this time I'm going to play both balls. And what I found is even hitting it into a penalty hazard, even hitting it into a bad position, I can still make the same score as what I did from the mulligan ball. And if you do this experiment with yourself and you go out and when you hit a bad shot, you feel like, oh, I could have done better. Hit the extra shot and then compare both scores with both those balls to see what is the actual difference. I bet you it's either 0 or 1 shot maximum. On long par 4s and par 5s, can I get the ball inside 30 yards of the hole without a chance of penalty? If I can do that, I've got to go for it. Otherwise, I'm going to hang back to my first wedge distance.
Very, very good shot.
I mean, it's a tough shot off the downslope, so I'm perfectly happy with that.
In the hole.
In Havana. Let's say you're playing a 450 yard par 4. Just change the par. It's a par 5 now. Okay, if you're trying to play a 450 yard par 4 as a par 4, you have to hit it 280, 170. So if you can't do it, just reframe it as a par 5. Hey, you know what? There's a great reframe you can use on your short game, chipping, pitching shots, even your sandwich and things. Get it on the green. Giottoge, in Italian word, G-I-O-T-G, meaning get it on the green. That can sound so simplified and simplistic, and it is for a reason, because it helps you to get your brain to get the ball on the green priority number 1. Once you can get the ball on the green confidentially, then we can start thinking about getting close, and it slowly gets closer. No, you didn't hit the ball hard enough, Matty. You dropped it, boys. What the hell?
In the hole.
Now, easy reframe for par 3s, just avoid the water. It's so simple. And people forget it. I know you mother lovers at home, I know what you're doing. You're trying to go for the hole in one. You're trying to get that perfect number. Hey, we all are, right? But when you've got wind, for example, like this into me today, you've got a big ass water hazard covering the front 50% of the green, or maybe the front 100%. We have to avoid that water because water gives us doubles. So if we avoid the double, we bring the score down. So by aiming away from the water or hitting enough club to not go in the water at all, even with a mediocre strike, we give ourselves a great chance. So I'm going to hit from 144, normally a pitching wedge down here. I'm hitting a 7-iron to ensure I get over. Perfect, perfect. It's not in the damn water. Yeah. Not in the mother-loving water. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Whatever. Gun. The big reframe is to just accept that a short par 4 is a tricky hole and a 4 on that hole is money. Doesn't mean we're going to drive it, doesn't mean we're going to just go make birdies because it's short. They're very tricky and they catch a lot of people out. So on a hole like this, it may appear like we can just go straight to the green, but that's a high risk shot, especially if you're not sure. So we have to shift our focus and reframe how we see the hole and think, okay, let's hit it into the fat part of the fairway. Hey, if we get out of here with the par, we've done a pretty good job. Give ourselves a great opportunity at the par and a birdie might come. Yep, that's going to be good enough for me. Good enough for government work. We're at 160 yards here. We're going to hit the 9er because I think this is going to be a flyer lie and we are down breeze. So a flyer lie down breeze 160 is going to be a perfect number. Pins at the back, so it should land and release because of the lower spin in the flyer lie. So I think that's absolutely money. Let's plan for the good shot and then also plan for the alternative that could come out, the bad shot. What's the bad shot that could come out of here? A little fluffy, a little fat, and then leaving it short. So if I pick a good line to the left, like where the pin is and left of it, I'm going to leave myself an easy pitch up the green. But if I go dead at the pin and I catch a fluffy one and push it out right, I'm in that little bunker. So I really have to plan for the good shot and then also anticipate the bad shot, so negate that from happening. That's what I mean. Increase the upside of a good shot and decrease the downside of a bad shot.
Good on.
Pretty much how we drew it up, baby. Okay, come on now, let's make a birdie. This is the Blackfinch putter from What a Player Golf. I've just made this. All black, absolutely money.
Go in the hole. In.
Oof.
Shot. Very, very good shot.
120 yards remain, and a big shift I made was not pounding wedges. I like to hit wedges smooth. As soon as I hit them hard, I get steep, I get deep, and then I take that to the rest of my game. Wedges are finesse clubs, not power clubs. No one cares that you can hit your sand wedge 120 yards. Only a dingleberry will brag about that. If you can hit your sand wedge 90 yards exactly, 85 yards exactly every single time, you beat the guy who's hitting it 120, 115, 105, 120, 95. Believe that, believe that. Smooth swings, control distance. Because distance control is really the key to the entire golf game.
Shot. Good on. Good on. Good on.
Player and gangbanger. If you read some Bob Rotella books, especially golf is not a game of perfect. It really helps to refresh your mind, reprogram and deprogram. You know, you're not supposed to be hitting perfect shots every time. It's not going to happen, right? All we can do is hit a great neck shot. And I think if I can just feel how hard to hit this putt, get it enough left to right, I'm going to be money. A great reframe that I like is lying zero. So if you play off a 18 handicap or above and you're trying to break 90, your tee shot is essentially zero. You actually start the hole from your next shot. Now imagine, because you have an extra shot per hole, imagine where would you like to start the hole from? I mean, would you like to start it at the beginning of the fairway there, or maybe just to the right, or maybe at the 250 yard mark? It doesn't matter. What's going to get you to that starting position? Sometimes it's a very short club, very easy to hit club, just get you in play. Get the tee jitters off your back. What if Matt was one of us? Just a slob like one of us. 243 to the top of the dog leg. So I want to get this, look, it was a crap shot, it happens. And this is exactly what I'm saying. We're going to play two balls to show you hit a crap one, you want to take a mulligan. Don't do it. Let's just prove to ourselves that we can score a good score even with a shuri of a drive like this. So 247 to the top of the dog leg. You can only do what you can do. If you can get a ball out here 160, you're still going to get up to the 200 yard mark. You accept the bogey, you get it to the next position, chip and putt, bogey time. Okay? I'm not saying hit a 4-iron like an absolute beast like me, but one day you could graduate to become a beastie guy like me. I'm going to hit the 3-wood actually, because I think it's going to get nicely through this grass. It's sitting pretty decent. I don't want to dig my 4-iron in. So I'm going to ground and pound it right up to the top of the dog leg there. That's going to be money.
Good shot. Very, very good shot.
Well, Chem, you know what I would say about that shot? I would say it's at least top 4%. Top 4%. Kids, you know what? Can we clear this in front of us? I can only clear this with a 6-iron. So I'm going to hit a 6-iron short of the green, chip it up the green. I can't take on the 4-iron or the 3-wood or anything lower loft than a 6, because I will collide with the tree in front of me. And then we are in serious, serious trouble. So I know my trajectory and I know my distance. Hey, easy life. 6-iron. What the hell's that, Matty? Stay short. You know, the funny thing is you'll notice that you'll probably score similar or maybe be one shot different. It's not a disaster. It's very often not like a triple or a quadruple that comes out that you anticipate, you know. It's part of that anticipating the negative outcome before it happens already. Then you actually play into it. So once you actually accept shots like shitty tee shots and then you can recover from them, it gives you a lot of confidentiality to go into the future playing with confidentiality even in shitty situations, instead of getting scared of them and avoiding them by using mulligans. That's actually a very important secret if you want to get good at golf, is to actually be better and more confidential from tricky situations. Because if you avoid them, you never get good at them. When you get good at them, you build confidentiality and skills that make you a better golfer. Yeah, perfect shot. If I hit the 9er and I catch a flyer, that pin is at the top of the dome or maybe over the other side of the dome at 150. It just shoots off the back because it's sloped away. So I'm very happy to be a little short of the pin here. After that tee shot, I'll take that every day of the week. Now I've given myself the dreaded shot. The thing you never want to do on a par 5 is a bunker shot outside of 30-yard range. Anything from 30 all the way back to 150 from a bunker. Oh. So that was the good tee shot. The bad tee shots on the green. Now I need to have a very special shot playing off a downslope, ball above my feet to get this on the green, carrying all this bunker. So the thing we have to reframe, remember, get it on the green. So I'm going to focus on getting a nice full swing, focus on the fundamental of it, Little left of the pin. Come on, Maddie, get on a green. Very, very good. Very good. We give ourselves a birdie putt. Look, it may not always be a birdie putt. We could be here for a par putt, but a par putt plus a bogey putt is a bogey, right? Instead of this double or triple, you're already foreseeing and then playing into the hands of, right? If you can just get out of that mindset, you can reprogram and reframe yourself like you always have a chance. One good shot like that to the top of the dog leg can really right the ship for you, and you can get back into stress-free zone. Now this has to move right to left. So we got our big right to left sweeper, and now we just have to get the feeling for the flavor of the cool breeze. Oh man, I didn't even know it was going to come back from the left at the end. That's a pretty good putt and a fantastic par after we thought we were completely screwed. So we finished with a par on the crap ball, and we've got a great putt at a birdie here. It was a fantastic bunker shot. I mean, I may be in the top 5 bunker players of all time, and that's just a delusion that keeps it real, you know. What a terror! I mean, like, I could feel the putter face open because I wasn't sure I'd picked the right line. And in the end, there's 2 pars, right? 2 pars, 1 good shot of the tee, 1 bad shot of the tee. With 130 yards remaining on this final hole, as we come to a close, we are going to hit a little punchy niner as we're tired, and that's part of that do what works, right? I feeling a bit tired at the moment, need a little pick me up. Bad company. Look, Kadzies, if we're going to take the pin out, no one can see where the ball's going. Like, no one can see the hole, you know what I'm saying? Now, that's a good thing I walked here. I see the burn mark on the side of the cup. Turn in. Dong dong. Players, that's how we see golf. Me and G up over here. I hope you see it that way too. Check out this video over here for more info.